morning everyone, how you doing? Welcome to my channel. I am Art Walker. Let me put something there to keep you interested. So I'm just going to put that sketch there. It's a little bit of a rough sketch, but it will do for now. Keep us going. So what we're going to study today, I am going to hopefully teach you. Oh, there's only a couple in the room. So to the 2 people in the room, welcome to my channel. I offer art lessons pretty much for free. And today we are going to study how to draw hands holding objects. Pretty tricky subject. However, it's one that we're going to come across quite a lot if you're drawing humans. So I would check this one out. If you're not familiar with my work, I do a lot of anime, a lot of anatomy stuff. I'll probably do another anatomy drawing today. DNF0909, how you doing, my friend? Wie geht es dir? Ich hoffe, alles läuft gut bei dir. Und ich bin immer noch dabei, immer noch im Ballenen. So, yes. Okay, so yes, excuse me. We are now going to learn how to draw hands holding objects. So, if you're not familiar with my work, all I ask you to do is hit the like button. I don't charge anything, and I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is the main goal for me at the moment. Okay, das kannst du schon machen, kein Problem. So, good. So we've got 5 people in the room. First of all, I need to know, DFN, you need to subscribe to my YouTube. That's what you need to do. Art Walker. My YouTube channel is called Art Walker. That would support me very, very much. Thank you for the rose. So I need to ask the 5 that are in the room who cannot draw hands. Who cannot draw hands? Because if you can't draw hands, it's going to be tricky for you. So we need to cover that one base first. And that is how to draw hands. So let me know if you can't draw hands. If you can, we will go straight into hands holding objects. Who in the chat cannot draw hands? I'm in the middle. How you doing? Nice to see you. I can draw hands. So pretty much everyone in here can draw hands, right? Anyone that okay, we've got one that's struggling. So what we're going to have to do is quickly go over how to draw hands, and then perfect. So we got a couple that can't. Hello from Brazil. I haven't drawn holding objects. Okay, so that means you need to hang in there. All right. I'm in the middle too. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a competition. A competition. We're going to start with a competition. To all those that cannot draw hands at the moment, I'm going to promise you within the next 10 minutes, you'll know how to draw hands. And hopefully we'll be able to move on and get onto hands holding objects. So who's going to have a virtual bet with me that I will teach you how to draw hands in the next 10 minutes? We can do a virtual handshake. Just say me, 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 me. Me, brilliant. Baya is, I hope you're a woman of your word. I hope you're female. I can't really see from here. Mia, good. So get ready. The time is going to click to 12. Sorry, 10:12. So this is what you need to remember, right? We're getting onto the hands holding objects. The time has started now. What does this look like? Quick answers, please. What does that look like? A house. Brilliant. It's a crooked house, right? Don't forget that. That's how you're going to start your hands even when you're holding objects. What does this look like? Here on the end. 4 dot man. Let's go. That looks like what? It looks like a triangle. It's a triangle. It's not a thumb yet, but you're getting my drift, right? So triangle. So all we have to remember is the crooked house. Whoops, let me write house. And our triangle, right? So now everywhere you see me draw Oops, I should have turned that into green, excuse me. Everywhere you see me draw a sphere, that is a knuckle. So we now have this without the thumb, right? Everywhere you see me, so everywhere you see a sphere is a knuckle, a joint, right? So don't forget that either. So we got joints and the hand, the palm of the hand. So now we're going to add the fingers. Oops, a bit long on that one. Never mind. A little bit long. This distance here should be same as your longest finger here, which is pretty much perfect if I'm honest. So now we're going to add the other joints. 1, a little bit higher, 2, lower, 4. 1, higher and lower still. So now we have our Terminator hand. We literally got a framework of a hand. Everywhere you see me draw a rectangle now, like so, that represents the bone. So I'm just giving our wireframe hand a body. So we have the bones. There you go. Done. So we now literally have a skeletal hand. All that's missing now is the actual muscle, and we have a hand. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. That is 2 minutes. So, who now knows how to draw hands? Be honest now. How you doing, Nelsy? Who now? This is how it works. When you join me, this is how it works. You will learn from me, guaranteed. So all I'm asking you now, you guys, you see, you guys are a bit naive, right? You know why you're naive? You didn't even know what you were betting. You didn't even know. You didn't even say, but what am I betting? You could be betting your house. No, I won't ask you for your home. I usually do, but I won't today. But what I would love you guys to do is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's all I ask. And I've taken your names down. No, I haven't. But the losers have to subscribe to my YouTube now. And just say, yes, I have done it. You're the man. You're the greatest person on the planet. That's all I want you to say. Nothing too fancy. Right. So good. So we now know. Good stuff. So now we know how to draw a hand, right? Quickly. Now I'm going to use these terms, right? Crooked house, triangle, and joint, right? So this is what we're going to use. So now when we look at a joint, when we look at the bone of the finger here, you have to imagine it as a cylinder, right? Very important. Have you all subscribed yet? Let me know when you have, and I will send you a gift. Oh, no, I'm not going to send you a gift. No, I'm not going to send you a gift. I just made that up. You see, I'm a bit cheeky like that. Right? So here we go. So everywhere you see this rectangle here, right? This is actually a 3D cylinder, right? Everywhere you see a sphere like this, it's obviously, I should say a circle like this, it's a sphere. It's a spherical object. It's not flat. So that's what you have to remember, right? So now, if we take a deep dive into this finger here, I'm going to try and keep the colors the same. I'm drawing my sphere here. So this is this joint here, right? And then, obviously, second, third, and now we have a finger. See that? Joint 1 or knuckle 1 is here. Then we have the preceding, joints, following. Is everyone clear on that? And this is to the ones that haven't drawn or don't know how to draw a hand. This is how you do it. See that? Now we have this. We have this finger. Trigger finger. Ah, thank you, Baya. Thank you. Is it Baya? 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 Baya, ya, ya. So there you go. Any questions about that? You're more than welcome. So if you have subscribed, I'm really happy now. Because I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Because you know I don't get paid for this on TikTok. So I am literally doing it for the love. That sounds a bit weird. No. No. I'm talking about just like, you know, a good energy kind of love thing. So has everybody got that? Excuse me. You need to interact, because if you don't, I don't know if you're far away or you're with me. So, okay. Hit the like button if you like what you see. Not many likes, so it can't be very good, this live stream, but never mind. I will continue. If you look at this part, the crooked house here, you have to imagine that this crooked house here is also a three-dimensional object. So it has a thickness. Is everyone getting that? No, you're in the right place. And if you haven't, yeah, I am. Kev, I've got the gift for you. Don't worry. Just let me finish this. So does everyone get that? What that is? That and these two are the same. Ricks, if you are struggling, you can jump onto my YouTube channel. I've got tons of videos on how to draw hands. Tons. From zero to hero. You will get this 100%. And I'm recording this one as well. So if you've got in here a little bit late, you can watch it on there. Guaranteed. So this is the gift I've got for Kev. Here you go, Kev. Here's the gift. Your gift is that the thumb here looks like that. That's my gift from me to you. I hope you're happy. Oh, he's like, hey, how's that a gift? What's he talking about? So there you go, right? So this is a three-dimensional view of the hand that we've just drew earlier on. So now we're going to add, what do we add now, in fact? What do we add now? Let me see if you guys are awake. Yeah, I like that. There you go. The knuckles. There you go. The spherical objects. 1, 2, and so on. See? So, who's ringing now? So I'm going to leave that. Hopefully we don't lose the connection. So now all we have to do is add our cylinders, right? A really, really important tip I have to give you is, remember this blue line that I drew here? This blue line that I drew here. This blue line, you have to imagine it at the top. Well, there you go. Flip out. Why? Because you now know how to do it. Is that what you mean, Bella? Is that what you mean? Well, that's good. I hope it's good. So let's stick to the script here. This blue line here, you have to draw it at the top of the circle. Here, the spherical object here, right? You see why I'm going to say that is, or what I'm going to explain to you is, because every spherical object belongs underneath it. Here, underneath. You see that? It's very important. Oops, that's a bit short there, excuse me. That should be around here. Excuse me, my mistake there. Right, so you have to imagine that line there. I've lost the connection. I knew it. That was the phone. Someone just called me on the phone. Yes, never mind. It can happen. Hold on a minute. I'll just try and sort that out. Ah, we back. Good. Good. Right, good. So, where were we? We were here. Right, so this line has to run in the center, right? I've got to stick to my color scheme. And then we add our cylinders here. So that line there should run right through the center here. You see that? Right through the center here. And that's going to help us later on when we draw our hands grabbing objects. That's literally here. So when we start to foreshorten fingers and stuff like that, that line tells us where things vanish and where things belong, right? So that's why I'm pushing that point there. Is everyone clear as to what I'm saying here? Because I know I do fly through it quite fast sometimes. I know you can see now. I know you guys can see now, right? So it's good. So now you can see we have hand from the top. We have a three-dimensional hand. I'm not going to bother to finish every single hand. It's not going to be necessary, but you get my drift. The corresponding fingers must be smaller and slightly hidden. So when I say slightly hidden, you guys have to understand, if I draw this, what does that tell you? You get it? What's that? What have I just drawn here? Thank you very, very much for the gifts. What have I just drawn here? God, it's a quiet one today. Usually the hand drawing ones are really quite busy. So you guys are obviously not sharing enough. Not showing me enough love, I don't think. Because usually these are the ones that are really quite busy. So what is this? What have I just drawn here? To the 10. The lonely 10 that are in the room. Maybe you have to write it a different way. I don't know what you're saying. Hopefully you're keeping it clean. So, what have we got here? Does anyone know what I've just drawn here? God, this is a lively bunch. We're not going to get to the part with the holding. We have to go through this part. If we don't get this part, right, a hand, right. Basically what we have are the knuckles here. You see that? You're more than welcome, but I hope you're subscribing to my YouTube as well. That's how you can help me. No, it's not finger, it's the knuckles. These are the knuckles. So what do we add to the top here? What do I add from here to here, roughly? It's not a finger, no. Not a finger, not yet. It's actually, as I said, the knuckles. So what do we add to the top? The house. Brilliant. So we add our crooked house here. Remember, it has a thickness. So this face here is here. Directly here. We're looking directly here. Then we would add our triangle. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button to support my humble channel, like so. Join. As I said, very important line is this one. Center of the circle here. And then we add our other joints and so on. You can see how quickly once you understand these basic principles, you can draw hands quite quickly. And it's not always easy because you have, we're not going to do foreshortening hands much today, but you can see it goes quite quickly once you start to get the idea as to where everything belongs and so on. I'm just going to use the same pen now because I can't change all the time, like so. And now we have hand. I'm not saying that the proportions are 100% correct, so don't start flipping out if it's not, because I'm just doing it for speed. I'm not actually doing it for any other purpose. And then we can literally draw our hand around it like so. Obviously this is more like a masculine, heavier hand, and if you want to draw a more feminine hand, just don't draw massive knuckles and you might be more satisfied with your work as a female hand. There you go. Juan, you're welcome. You are almost right. If that was before, this wasn't a finger facing to us. However, if we are drawing a finger facing to us, we literally draw the 3 joints. 1, 2, 3. This is what you mean, Juan. I think that's what you mean. And then we would draw the joint. The bone, like so. And then we have our fingertip like so. Gradually getting bigger. That is basically how you draw a hand facing towards us, or with the pointing hand. Like so. So if you like what you see, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, please think about doing that, because I am proud to say that I have over 70 videos just like this. Right, so everybody's clear now as to how to draw a hand. So if you have shared, thank you for sharing. If you haven't shared, please share my live. It supports me, right? As I'm trying to support you guys, you know, it's a give and take in this world. I'm not trying to take from you. However, I would like you guys to support me. So if you share with me, that will support my channel and keep me happy and keep me wanting to do this for free. That's all I ask. Good. Right. Any questions on that? What's the time? I've got another 15 minutes. I need to hurry. We need to hurry now, because we haven't got to the subject that I wanted to get to. No questions? Okay. So I'm just going to draw a random object. Let's say it looks like a piece of wood. Let's just do something basic to start with. Nothing too fancy. So this could be, I don't know, it could be, thank you, COD Artist, for your support. That's really nice. So if this is I don't know, let's say a sword handle or some piece of wood, right? What would you suggest, or how would you draw a hand holding that? What would you start with? This is a very quiet live. Very quiet. Maybe it's the wrong time of day. How you doing, Kim? The house. Exactly. Exactly. There you go. That's exactly, what's the question? 5 people just answered it correctly. And he's going, what's the question? So what I also would say is, right, as opposed to adding the house straight away, what I would probably do is add the knuckles, right? So if you imagine, right, I get this ruler. I've got this ruler here, right? And if I'm holding it, you see where the knuckles overlap this line here of my piece of wood or my ruler. You see that? So that's what I would do. I would probably start with the knuckles here. So this is the largest knuckle, then smaller, smaller, smaller still. And then I would add my crooked house. You see my point? You still don't know the question. The question was, what would you, I don't know how, when you joined the live, I don't know why or when, but 90% of the people got the question. And the question was, what would you add to this handle? But I don't know when you joined the live, so maybe you've missed the early part, unfortunately. I am not a Picasso. I'm just someone trying. I'm just trying to help people to learn to draw. And obviously with my lives, if you're not paying attention, you get left behind. They are quite interactive, if I'm honest. What? I did then you laughed at me. No. Oh. I didn't laugh at you. The question got answered. I'm not going to go into this. The question got answered, and then you asked what was the question, and about 3 or 4 people answered the question before you. But I'm not going to get into an online discussion because that's not what I do. So we are now here. So we have a hand. We have a hand holding a sword, for example, right? So now all we have to do is add our thumb. And obviously the thumb will be behind the object. I'm not sure. I'm not going to get into, I'm not going to get into discussions on my lives anymore because it really does break up the rhythm of the live. So if I'm sorry if people miss out on what I've said, I will address questions, but I'm not going to get into discussions, right? Because I want people to learn to draw. If you've missed it, you can watch it on YouTube. Simple as that. I'm doing what I can do for free, and if I'm sorry if people miss out on it. If I was to charge people for this, they wouldn't want to pay me. Because this is exactly what I want to avoid, is this kind of discussion. Exactly what I want to avoid. So now we are here. What was it? Okay, yeah. So you have to imagine now our thumb is behind this object, behind. So it would look something like this. We may see some of it, but however, if we don't, it doesn't matter. We could simply add the muscle and skin to the hand here. Right, so this is one view that we've got. So we now have a hand. Oops, wrong angle, excuse me. You see that? That could be someone holding a baseball bat, for example, right? Is everyone getting that? So yeah, sorry, Benjamin. I didn't realize that you had just joined, but it's just the way it is. Sometimes I do actually get people and they just end up harassing the live, and I don't know when you guys join. I have not checking everything. I'm doing my best to stay focused on the artwork here. And I didn't mean to laugh at you. If you notice, ask anyone that's actually in this live. I've drawn this wrong actually. Ask anyone that's in this live. I do like to have a bit of a laugh. So that's just the way it is. Exactly. So if, say, for example, we wanted to add a finger that's slightly stray, so as opposed to a strong grip, like you just correctly said, Demi, we can probably loosen one of the fingers or even two. So now all you need to do is think about how would I loosen that? And like I said to you, remember that important line that I said? Let's just add that important line here and here. Then we can add our cylinder here and our cylinder here. And now we have a hand, whoops, here, excuse me, and here, where the fingers are slightly loosened around this sword, for example. Not that I don't know if you'd want to draw that, but yeah, you probably would. So now we're starting to see a little bit of the hand around it. You see what I'm saying? Like now, I'm just swapping the pens just to help you guys. I know wrong color. Like so. So now we're seeing a hand that's slightly loosened around this object. It's not such a tight grip. Do you see my point? Let me tidy that up a bit. Is everyone getting that? Thank you very, very much for your kind gifts. Much appreciated. David. Is everyone getting that? So now, the last one we're going to do today is, say, for example, if we have the same object here. Yes. Just had to make sure I was going in the right direction. And then we want to have the hand gripping it this way. Then we have, I can't get my hand around that way. You see, we have different problems, right? So that means if I plan this, like I said, we could add our knuckles first. Largest, smaller, and so on. You're welcome. Simply hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That will help me as well. If I'm helping you, it's only fair. It's only fair, right? Keep me keen. I'll try and help you guys if I can. So now this is where it becomes a little bit trickier, because now we've got our hand and we've got our collapsed cylinders, right? However, we don't see, I'm trying to show you guys what I mean. I can't get my wrist over that way. Don't want to see that. We only see the front cylinder, the back cylinder's hidden, right? So that's what we need to remember. We only see the front cylinder, so that would be our front cylinder here. What do we add now? I tend to look. Okay. The Terminator's in the house. If people start messing around, you will be ejected from the live. Yeah, we don't necessarily need the house yet. However, because the house would be behind here. Do you see what I'm saying? The house would be here. Yeah, Yeah, we've got the Terminator in the house. He's watching. He's just making sure I don't have to get into any random discussions about absolutely nothing. So is everyone getting that? Is everyone getting that? There you go. Greyish cheese. There you go. We not forgetting, not the joint first, and then the fingertip. Slightly at an angle, right? Remember I said about this line, right? This blue line is important because it helps us orientate the angles of our fingers, right? And then we add the fingertips. Like so. Thank you, Marsh. Please hit the like button if you like what you see. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. That would help me a lot. How you doing? SJD Comics, nice to see you. Liberal Mayamba, nice to see you. What is missing from this now? What is actually missing? Brilliant. Recovery, brilliant. That's what I like to see. So now we look at the thumb from this angle here, right? So we add, remember the thumb literally starts at the middle of the hand, literally. So we can start it here. We draw a triangle to here. See that? So that is this here to here. We add. Now we are here. I'm going to add my center line here. Drop the thumb down to here. I don't know why I drew this so small. Oh yeah, I suppose I'm running out of space. And this is just a basic tutorial on how to understand the mechanics of drawing a hand. This is not 100% correct and it's just to give you the mechanics of how to draw a hand. And now we've drawn the same hand, pretty much same hand, holding a sword from a different angle. Kim, drop the pen. Let's go, mate. I think our work is done. Look at that. But that is a cool tutorial. I have to say, I quite like that. Marsh around, I hope you are following me on YouTube because I will be. The body is one of my strengths. I haven't got an example here, but I do tons of tutorials. So, for example, that was one I did the other day, drawing the mouth. How to draw the human mouth. Trying to find something that's a little bit more interesting in my box here. Can't find anything very interesting. What's this one? Some on the body. You can slightly see different body shapes, body mechanics. This posture. Then we go into deep dives into drawing legs and anatomy. So if you like that kind of stuff, you're in the right place. So, has anyone got any questions about that? Oh no, those are not the cool stuff. The cool stuff is, let me grab some cool stuff. I haven't got any cool stuff here because I didn't plan on displaying anything. Hold on. So I should actually keep a folder on the side with some cool stuff. So if you like anatomy stuff, right? Like I'll switch the light off. You can just see here some of my anatomy stuff, right? So this is more hardcore anatomy. This was drawn reference free. So there you see some anatomy drawings. Here you can't see it, but it's actually the human leg without any kind of skin on it. And then this folder just goes into anatomy, different types, arms, and then legs, and then we've got some Batman stuff. What's his name? Black Panther, that kind of stuff. And then I do, if you are not aware of what I do, just quickly, a little bit of advertising for myself. Females, faces I did, so you need to check my feed out for faces and so on. A lot of, what's her name? Lucy, steampunk. And my latest steampunk young lady is this one. Pretty cool. So that's where I go with my artwork. I'm not like a one-trick pony. I do quite a lot of different stuff. So let's not digress for too long. So here we go. We were here. So now we've got this. So all that is missing now is the shading. If you're going to shade it or hatch it. But for me, the mechanics of the hand are well understood. And that would be quite a convincing hand holding a sword. And obviously we've done this all without reference. So I think it's pretty cool. All without reference. We didn't use one reference, and we just used the steps of the crooked house, the triangle and the joint, and bang. Obviously we wouldn't see the sword here. Do you see what I'm saying? But that's just an illustration just to show you guys what we can achieve. Thank you, Marsh Around. Do you do anime? I do. Faces. I've got a few. Where are they? Well, you did see the what's her name? Rebecca sketch, no? I don't design anime, but where is she gone? If I do design my own characters, they end up looking something like this. Or like that. This is a steampunk character that I design myself. And then I do like to, this is also mine. Design this kind of, but I just design them just for the fun, really. And just like that, I tap into my feminine side. This is these are all my characters that I've put together. Just experiments, not for any specific reason. That one is also mine. This is not. That's cyberpunk and so on. Oh yeah, this was drawn in Alive, this one. So sometimes I do interactive lives where we design things together. Good stuff. And then I do a lot of tutorials on how to draw faces. This one's a little bit scary, but faces, that kind of style. These are original characters. This one isn't, but this is an original character that I designed myself. That's what's her name? Jinx, and Jinx again. And then this is a character I drew myself. I'm going to draw her again because I think she's pretty cool. Good. So anyway, I digress for no longer. Any questions about what we have studied? Whoops, excuse me. Any last questions before I wind this down? And I will be posting this on my YouTube channel Art Walker. So check that out if you haven't. Thank you very, very much for the kind gifts. Has anyone got any last questions before I sign off? Anyone got any last questions? So we've gone from, this is a bit of a rough piece of paper. It's just a bit of a scrap. But you can see how I break down the joints from a skeletal hand, a real skeletal hand, to simplified spheres and cylinders. How much did... maybe I should... let me write his name down. I don't... But I like to draw my own characters, really, to be honest, because then I could... Maybe I'll do that. Maybe. Thank you. I'll take that as a tip. I'm constantly drawing. I've turned my work into my play. I'm always drawing. I really have to learn this, bro. It's so hard. Yes, join my YouTube and you can watch this video again. Banan. Next class. Yeah, I'm probably going to do the next class today after lunch. I think I'm going to do one later on today. I don't know what body part I'm going to do, but I might draw just, I don't know, we'll see. See where my mood takes me. Yeah, it's only hard till you start to... I would watch this video, for example, all that are still in the live stream. Watch this video again and then just try it. It's hard until you start to grasp it. But you can pick it up. It's not that difficult. But you just have to get your head around three-dimensional shapes. That's the tricky part. And the more you practice it, the better you'll get at it. Good. So I'll take it there's no other questions. So thank you very much to all that joined. And I will be posting this, as I mentioned earlier, on my YouTube channel. So check it out. And I will see you all very soon. Take care. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.